Hey, what's up guys, it's Amara, and today we're going to be looking at the second FreeCodeCamp challenge, the Bonfire challenge called Factorialize a Number. So what's this challenge about? It says return the factorial of the provided integer. If the integer is represented with the letter n, a factorial is a product of all the positive integers less than or equal to n. Factorials are often represented with the shorthand notation n factorial. Provides an example of that, and it also provides a link. Says there's a helpful link. Let's have a look at it. So this is pretty much basic arithmetic operators here. So I won't dwell on it too much, as I assume most of you guys are familiar with this. So going back to the problem, how are we going to tackle this? First of all, let's remove this return because I'm not quite sure what we're going to be returning just yet. And the way I'm going to aim to tackle this is to divide this into two parts. So the strategy we're going to use is to, first of all, create a while loop, and that while loop is going to divide the number n that we're provided with into positive integers that are less than n, and we're going to store that into an array. And then we're then going to use a reduce method to multiply all the numbers into that array all together to form a single number, which is going to be the factorial. So let's go through this. So first of all, let's initialize an array variable. So let's call that number array equal to an empty array. And then initialize a single number variable. Call that single number. Yep. So next, what we're going to do is create a while loop. Number greater than 0. So as long as it's greater than 0, keep looping through. And number array, and push those numbers into num array. And then once you've pushed a number, minus 1 from n. So that's our while loop. So once we've created this while loop, we can then go on to create. Let's look at the single number variable. Let's single number is equal to num array dot reduce. So we're going to be using the reduce method here, guys. And then so this was gone through. This was addressed in one of the previous challenges, one of the previous JavaScript challenges. So I do, encourage you to look at it if you're not familiar with reduce, because it's going to come in handy in this problem. So we've got preval. The reduce has a function within it that's going to take two arguments. So we're going to call one preval, and the other one's we're going to call current val. All right, and then what we're saying is, for every single element in that array that we created, multiply all of them together. So preval and current val. So we're almost there. Okay. So once we've done this, we can then return that number then. Return the final number, single number. All right, should be good to go. Let's check it out. So we've done our while loop, and we've created a reduce function which multiplies all the numbers within the array we created and assigns it to the single number variable. So let's see if this works. Oops. Preval. Yeah, my bad. All right, let's check it out. Okay, so it seemed to work for the first 4, and it's not worked for 0. So what we've done here is we've not accounted for the fact that the factorial of 0 is always 1. So to do that, we would need an if statement. So what we need to do is start with an if statement to account for all the numbers that are less than 0. To do that, we start with greater than 0, and then put this inside here, right? And over here we can say else if that number is, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to account for greater than 0, I'm going to account for equal to 0, and I'm also going to account for less than 0, even though we don't have to do less than 0, but you know, it's just good practice. So strictly equal to 0. If it's strictly equal to 0, please return 1. Right? And if it's less than 0, which is else, then what I'm going to say is return number is negative. Okay. So we should be in a good place now. Right, so let's try this out, see if it works. Right, so that worked. So awesome. So I hope you found this helpful, guys. If you did, please leave us a thumbs up. Also, if you solve this using a different method, using a different approach, I would love to see your code. Please stick them in the comment section. Please just leave us a comment. And yeah, thanks guys. Have a good day. Cheers.